you cozy beautiful people, and welcome back to Cozy Steve. For today's episode, we're gonna have another story for the day, and for that story, it would be the time that I took acid with two of my buddies, and we walked a ridiculous amount of miles to get to this one certain pool so we can pool hop. And before I get started, I'm gonna take a quick rip of the bong, and before I do have to state that I am a medical cannabis patient of the state of Florida. So, yeah, hope you guys are smoking along, getting ready your bullshit for the day, enjoying yourselves. Let's get started. So how the story started is I was chilling with one of my buddies of mine. We'll call him Jimmy for the day. And me and Jamie were chilling at his house. We were working on his car. We were doing like this makeshift spoiler for him. And then he tells me that our buddy Max, he had the free crib for the night. So he was like, "Yo, you want to get some tabs? He has the free crib. We can just cool it." And me, of course, I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? I'm down." And then we do the whole thing. We go get our stuff and everything. And then the funny story is me and Jimmy actually decided to buy an extra tab for our buddy Max because he's actually never tripped before, and we thought tonight would be a wonderful night. It's free crib, it's us two. He's with homies. We thought it was gonna be a wonderful time. Not to call him out. That's why I'm not gonna call him out. But it wasn't what we were expecting for him to do. Anyways, but yeah, we get to his house and everything. We're chilling, and we wait till like everything settles down. With we get the actual time we want to take the trip and everything. So we get there, it's about, I think, almost 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock around this time, and then, me and Jimmy take the tabs, and then Max takes, like, half a tab, I think, I don't remember, because, you're being a bitch. Anyways, but we all take the tabs, we all start settling in, and then we just chill in, like, his living room, which, by the way, I have to say, his living room was a phenomenal place to, like, peak, because, like, his, like, whole ceiling was, like, some kind of, like, those weird squirrel paints that they leave on your ceiling? So he had that kind of ceiling. He also had like some weird Jamaican, like trippy looking like posters hung up and everything. I don't know what you are. I'm not saying you're Jamaican. I'm just saying because that's the first thing that came to my head. But he had like all these like nice art pieces and everything, which is around this house. So in this house to peep was like excellent. It was like probably the best fucking thing ever. After there, once we were in the living room, we were waiting to peek, and once we were like pretty much starting to peek, we decided to finally go out. And what our mission was is that one of Max's friends, well, Max and one of his friends, they work at this pool, which is like, I would say a rough maybe 15-20 minute drive, like from where his house is. So he was like, "Yo, I got the keys. We know where the keys are. We can go pool hopping if you guys want." And of course, we were off acid, and you can walk for miles, and we had nothing else better to do, and we thought swimming in the pool at 3 a.m. was a fabulous idea. So from there we went down to this park that was down the block because we were waiting for Max's friend to actually text us that he was on the way or he was like down for the move. So we were waiting there, listening to music, and we're just like checking out how he was doing because it was his first trip, and making sure. Me and Jimmy, we were already gone. We already knew what we were doing. This wasn't our first time. So from there we got the confirmation from Max's friend, and that's when we started our walk. And this walk was ridiculous. Like, I mean, it was probably like a 15-minute drive, so a walk was probably like a 2-hour walk. I don't know my numbers, I don't know length, so I'm just estimating it. It's probably like a 2-hour walk, and we knew that, but at the same time we were like, fuck it, why not? So, and we just walk, and we start walking, listen to music, and it's like the walk itself is amazing because at this point it's 2 a.m. So if anybody else is out there walking at 2 a.m., you already know that they're lit, they're going to get some weed, they're going to get some pussy. It's one of those three. You're not doing something out there if you're walking at 3 a.m. and it's like kind of, I don't want to say it's chilly, it was a warm night actually. So yeah, so we're walking, we're just like, and we start like pretty much like people spotting, like people pointing. Because we see a whole bunch of people and we just like assuming what they're doing out at 3 in the morning. So we start doing all that stuff, joking around. Then we hit this one bus stop. And I completely forgot the name of the show, but it was like a carnival show. But they had the trippiest looking poster, and I mean this poster had to be made with drugs involved. With the amount of crazy shit that was going on in this poster, it was phenomenal. And me and my buddy Jimmy, we decided to take a picture with it because everybody knew, son. That poster was made for the people who are out here walking at 3 a.m. high as shit. There's no other reason for that poster to be that psychedelic looking for any other reason. So we thought it was cool. Me and him flick up, take a couple pictures and all that stuff. And then at this point, we're not even like halfway through the walk. So we keep walking, we keep going because we still have a lot to go. And then we stop at this 7-Eleven. There's a lot of flash here, oh my God. And we stop at 7-Eleven, so, you know, because we can get some drinks and chips. And we get in there, you know, we get our stuff. And then it's funny as hell. These 3 kids came in. Like, they were kids. Like, they were probably like 16, 15. They come in here at 3 a.m. at a 7-Eleven asking us for like drugs and shit. And we were just like, first of all, we were beyond gone. So at this point, we started laughing. Like, we didn't answer these because we looked at them, saw how young they were, and we just started laughing. Just started complete bursting out laughing. So at this point, we all just had to get out of the fucking 7-Eleven because we were causing like way too much of a corruption or whatever it's called. And we all just head out and we continued with our walk because we still were like, we're not even halfway even at this point still. So from here, we just had a straight shot. We just had a straight shot. We went down. And it was cool though, cause my buddy Jimmy had like a speaker, like a Bose speaker, so he just threw that in his bag. And we just like listened to music on this long ass little hike we just took. And we're walking, and we have one more stop, which is what's it called? It's literally a highway sign. It's like one of those big ass highway signs that tell you what city you're going into, what marker it is, and all that stuff. So we run into those, and then we realize how far we've actually walked, and we've noticed that it's been probably about a solid hour and a half on this walk, and it felt like almost nearly 10 minutes to us because we didn't feel shit. So we thought the sign was also pretty cool, so we also stood and took some pictures of the sign, and then we continued to walk because we were almost at the pool. And then we got to the pool and we meet up with this other guy. I'm gonna call him, what do I call him? I'm gonna call him Ralph. So we're this dude Ralph, and Ralph and Max work at the pool, so you know, they do their thing, get the keys, get in the pool. And from here we get in the pool, and it was funny because since it's like a lifeguarding thing, lifeguard job can get pretty boring. So Ralph and Mac, well, it was Ralph actually had like an actual bong he just kept at the pool because, you know, you gotta take it when you're bored. And actually I'm gonna take a hit of this real quick again, so cheers guys. Yeah, so he has this bong, and it's great because I just happen to have weed on me also because I mostly almost have it on me. And it just worked out perfect. He's like, yo, I got a bong if you guys have weed. And I was like, dude, pull my shit out. We went to the back. We went to like the pool side, and then we like sat around the pool, and we just started hitting this bong. We all started hitting this bong, and it was a fabulous bong too. I gotta say thank you to that, by the way. And at this point, we're like past peak. We're ready. Like, there's nobody around. We're in the pool. Well, we're not in the pool. We're like at the pool. We're ready. So we change into our shit, and then we all just go into this pool, and like, this for me was like the first time actually being completely surfaced in water by acid, like while I'm acid, and it was probably the most amazing thing that's ever like you could ever feel. It's literally like somebody grabbed you, threw you up into space, and just let you free walk. I felt like I was like just in air, just flying. It was the best feeling I've ever done. To make it better, it was like a starry night. So what I did is I laid out like on my back, you know, like you know you do to float. So I did that just to look up at the stars, and like that with the combination of being in water off these tabs was phenomenal. I literally feel like I cleared all the bullshit out of my life, and it was fantastic. We were chilling for a little bit, and then we realized that at this point it was probably like 3:30 in the morning, and we still had this monstrous of a walk to do to get back home. So we pretty much decided, oh, it's time to leave. We gotta go. So we all hop out, we all leave and everything, and we take this walk. The walk was nothing. There was nothing big about the walk. It was just a walk back. But what was funny is the after story to it. And in the morning, we decided to take my car at the time, which was a 2006 Subaru STI. Miss it dearly. And we decided to take it to my friend Jimmy's job because it's called. He worked at this MLK Swim Center. If you guys are familiar with it, because at his job there was like this road which we called the MLK Raceway, and it was like a perfect little loop for like if you guys know how Subarus are, they're like, you know, rally cars and stuff like that. They handle really well. So he told me, he's like, dude, there's this like MLK racetrack. You need to take the car over there. It's like phenomenal. He also had a 2.5 RS, which is so he always went on that track all the time. So it's like, dude, you have to take it on the STI, see how it drives. He takes me to the racetrack, and I just start beaming. And I mean, I hit this shit as hard as I possibly can. It's like 6 in the morning. There's nobody out. Nobody's working. We should have no disturbances. So I take it all the way out, and then we finally park, you know, like to relax a little bit. And when I park, I decided, you know, since it's 6 in the morning, I decided, you know, be a dick, and like I parked my car like sideways on like 3 or 2 spots. which comes back and fucks us over later because we parked so we can take a walk, you know, because we're like coming down. We want to see the sunrise, you know, see how just relax a little bit because there was like this little lake. So we get to this lake and we just sit down on the bench. It's literally 3 in the morning. My friend Jimmy is shirtless with like shorts on. I'm here like just a plain shirt and like shorts, like, you know, I was out there doing shit all night. And my other friend Max, he was like just same thing. We were all just like, we all looked like we had a long night, so let's just say it that way. And we're just chilling at this bench at 6:30, like 6:30 in the morning. And then this cop car comes around, like fucking park police. Park police comes around, and we're just like, shit. We're thinking that we're hoping it's just driving by, and then we're just sitting there, we're not doing anything. And this lady parks. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she comes out, and then she, you know, she pretty much starts asking us questions and shit like that. But she's pretty much asking Jimmy because she's like facing right in front of him. I'm assuming maybe because he was white. I don't know. Cause let me explain this. Let me explain the setup. So it's me. I'm Hispanic. So it's a Hispanic dude. It's a white guy, and it's a black guy. And she's talking to the white guy, and she's a white cop. So she's talking to him. Like they're at this point, I'm staying shut, and my friend Max is staying shut. Like we're both staying shut because he's going back and forth with this cop. Not to be racist or anything, but we all know why he's like, able to talk back to a cop like that without anything happening to him. So he's out there arguing with the cop. I'm staying out of it. He's staying out of it, and I overhear the conversation, and it's about whose car is parked, taking up 3 spots like a dick. So in my head, I'm like, fuck, that's mine. But he's going back and forth with her so much that I can't even like have a time to talk. So she calls him back up, and then this bigger like actual cop comes by, and I'm like, okay, now shit's getting real. So this is when I actually start to say something because I felt like if they kept arguing, me or Max would get shot for some of his bullshit. So what's it called? I go over to the cop and I start telling him, I'm like, yeah, this is my car, blah blah blah. He's like, starts interrogating me like, oh, why didn't you tell her? I'm like, to be fair, she was asking questions directly to him. She didn't say group generalized. They were going back and forth. That I didn't have time to speak. You know, I know my wordplay and how to deal with cops. So I was what's it called? I told him that and everything. I told him my car and everything. He pretty much started going at me. He's like, oh, were you like racing around? Because apparently, I'm guessing somebody complained. They heard me like going off on this shit like an idiot. So she started interrogating me like that. So they started asking me if that was me, and I was like, of course, you know, it was me. Yeah, I was going around a little bit. So I'm assuming that he was having a good day because he didn't give me. Thankfully, he didn't give me a ticket. He didn't give me shit. He didn't search my car. It was. I don't know how in the world I pulled that off clean because that would have had me so fucked up. And what's my call? Yeah, he pretty much lets me go. He just gives me a parking ticket. That's all I get. Just a parking ticket for parking on 3 slots, which I am perfectly fucking okay with everything I had. So he gives me a parking ticket. I was like, alright, whatever, fuck it. And then, you know, we just dip. We're just out. And then that's pretty much the end of the story. After that, you know, we all went and did our own thing. So yeah, it was a pretty wild story. It was, you know, the pool was fun, and then having to deal with fucking cops was just ridiculous. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want me to talk about anything else or any other topics you guys like to hear me about, please drop it down below. I would gladly take a look at it. And like always, stay magical, motherfuckers.